Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Now look, this opinion is so absurd that I decided I feel obligated, in fact, to make a YouTube video covering this. Here's the headline from you today. Ripple lost court fight against SEC. Top journalist says. So I must acknowledge that there's a possibility that somehow this journalist, it's Fox Business Network's Charles Gasparino, may have slipped in from some sort of alternate universe where that would be a true headline. But presumably he actually really believes that Ripple lost the lawsuit against SEC. I'm going to share with you what he stated, as well as response from John Deaton's crypto law organization, and also have a perspective from attorney Bill Morgan responding to this as well. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. And then there was also this completely unrelated, but I found it sufficiently hilarious that I gotta cover this too. Here's the headline from CoinDesk. A physical Dogecoin could reach the moon in December. This is a real headline. So like, in fact, I love this stupid stuff. A physical version of a Dogecoin might make it to the moon, which... look, I don't hold Doge. I'm not against it. Or, like, if people want to have fun with their meme coins, whatever. But I feel like we should all appreciate the humor of this. Win moon for Doge next month, perhaps, right? All right. Anyway, before going further, though, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so into this first piece here. And by the way, if you're not on social media platform X, there's a possibility that you are completely unaware of the animosity between, broadly speaking, the XRP community and Charles Gasparino. Without going through the whole history of it, just be aware that there's some background here. And I think it's the case that there is a fair bit of trolling going on here. But here's the deal. Piece reads as follows. Contrary to widespread perception, renowned journalist Charles Gasparino asserts that Ripple has, in fact, lost its court battle against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Despite a recent judgment declaring that XRP is not a security, Gasparino criticizes the ruling as idiotic, challenging the prevailing narrative of Ripple's legal victory. So here's the thing. Technically, neither side got what they wanted, but I think anybody that's being intellectually honest and is informed of the specifics of this case would recognize the core issue, certainly for the XRP community, but I would argue certainly for Ripple, because it's at the core of their business model, it's the legal status of XRP. So whoever would have won on that front won the case. It's not that there aren't other aspects that needed to be ruled on. Obviously there were. But that's at the heart of the matter. That's what actually mattered. And on that, unquestionably, Ripple got a massive win. Although Charles Gasparino doesn't seem to recognize that. He doesn't even think that ruling is correct, so far as I can tell anyway. And so here's what actually spawned all of this. There's this post from Whale, at WhaleChart on X, who wrote, Kathy Wood prefers Solana over Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then XRP community member XRP Daily responded to that and wrote, they always avoid XRP. It's better than all three of those, and unlike Solana, it actually works. And then we had an XRP hater, obviously, jump in here and wrote, dude, y'all need to stop this BS. Your S-word coin ain't going nowhere. I don't think that's going to age well. I'm going to guess that will age like a fine milk. And so we have another XRP community member that jumped in, at Zerp589, responded to him. And this is why this all came to be. He wrote, gonna tag you in this after it flips ETH just like I did Bloomberg, Charles Gasparino, Anthony Pompliano, a scam detective, and dozens more who said, number one, Ripple wouldn't win their lawsuit, or number two, that XRP is an unregistered security. I'm sure you will block me and or backpedal like all the others. Yeah, and so as far as Ripple winning, within the first several hours or so, or you could even argue like the first day or so, there was, because there's a lot to unpack from the totality of the ruling from Judge Torres on July 13th this year. But you would see the Bitcoin maxi types. They were arguing in the earliest of hours, and I highlighted some of this on my channel. They're actually trying to argue that this is not such a clear win for the XRP community or Ripple, and that, hey, there could be an appeal. There's all sorts of fake news and really bad takes on the case early on, but it's now been 4 months. Everybody's had sufficient time to digest this, and so it's frankly bizarre to be seeing takes like this, and in this case from a mainstream journalist, no less here. And he's entitled to his opinion, though. Nothing against him on a personal level, but this doesn't make sense to me. But this is why you got to kind of wonder if there's just a bit of trolling going on here, because what I just shared with you from @Zerp589, that was reposted by Charles Gasparino. And he shared this with his 163,900 followers. And he wrote, Ripple didn't win. It lost. Retail XRP holders won, in quotes, for now because Judge Torres issued a truly idiotic split the baby ruling that's the laugh of the Southern District. Okay, that's a lot to unpack there. Split the baby in terms of the legal status of XRP, I don't know where he's come from that. If you want to say split the baby in terms of one side not getting everything that they wanted, I mean, I guess you could characterize it as that, but certainly not the case that XRP, there's some sort of split the baby situation there. And I'll show you what Attorney Bill Morgan had to say in responses and Attorney John Deaton's crypto law organization, because there is no actual split the baby in anywhere where it actually matters. And then I'm wondering, who is it that he's claiming in the Southern District of New York is actually laughing here? Who are these people that are actually laughing about this? And what is the justification that the asset itself, the underlying asset itself, would be the security? What is the actual argument there? And then you can take it a step further, because even if he were right about this, then if he were right, I still got to ask, why then did the SEC write to Judge Torres and state that they have no plans to appeal the decision that XRP itself is not a security? And they noted that it's just computer code. I've highlighted that on the channel multiple times here. Even the SEC says they're not going to appeal it. Why aren't they appealing it? Because it's sound legal decision. They're not, so even the SEC doesn't believe that that's wrong. Although apparently Charles Gasparino does seem to think that's the case here. And so you have Attorney Bill Morgan, who reposted that and wrote, there is no lawyer who thinks it was not a good result for Ripple. Otherwise, you would cite one. And so, folks, that's what I was getting at a minute ago. Who are these people that could possibly think that this is a bad ruling for Ripple? What did Ripple lose exactly? From a technical perspective, on the institutional sales side of things, but on the thing that actually matters most, the only thing that Ripple could not afford to lose on was the legal status of XRP not being a security. And they won there. We all won as a result. And so who's an attorney that thinks Ripple actually lost on the balance of things? I don't see how that's the case. And then also, given that Ripple won on the programmatic sales side, it just seems intellectually dishonest if you're going to say Ripple lost, not noting that they got the win that they got literally from the judge. That just doesn't make sense to me. And then Attorney Morgan says the decision was split, but Ripple got the better of it and won the key legal issue because the judge distinguished the token from the scheme, transaction, or contract and found that token wasn't a security. The effect of the decision was such that the SEC was forced to give up its case against Larson and Garlinghouse, which of course is spot on. Here's John Deaton's crypto law organization reposting the nonsense from Charles Gasparino stating that Ripple didn't win. And I don't know if this is John Deaton that wrote this. It could just be somebody that's on his staff because it's a crypto law account rather than John Deaton's actual account here. But I've seen civil discourse between Attorney Deaton and Charles Gasparino on video that, well, it may have ultimately gotten on his crypto law channel, but I think, if my memory serves anyway, I think it was streamed live on social media platform X. So they've had civil discourse back and forth, and I just, in seeing Gasparino's perspective, it's just struck me that, like, Gasparino will make a claim, whatever it is in the SEC v. Ripple case, and then Attorney Deaton comes back and says, here's what actually happened, here are the reasons why, and then he lists all the reasons for any number of things, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, here's the things we're talking about, here's the specifics of why what I'm saying is correct, and what I've just noticed during that is that Gasparino didn't dispute anything that John said, he just didn't change his opinion for some reason. So there was no, and again, this is totally civil conversation between them, as you'd expect. But again, Charles Gasparino, when the facts are just thrown directly at him, he just holds his opinion and doesn't cite why his opinion hasn't shifted in light of the facts. Because clearly he had various misunderstandings about various aspects of this case. That's very clear. But he was on with Eleanor Terrett and Gasparino, and it was the three of them. And that's how it went down. I remember watching it live at the time, and I just found it so fascinating. So anyway, here's John Deaton's crypto law organization now, and they wrote, "The baby was not split. The baby is not a security. Blind bid/ask transactions on an anonymous exchange, vast majority of XRP sales in the case, are not securities under Howey. That's 75 plus years of case law speaking. What case law are the unnamed laughers at Southern District of New York citing?" And so I'm curious about that as well. He says that it's just the laughing stock of the entire district. Okay, who is laughing? Can a single attorney even be cited who is laughing at this decision? No, as far as I can tell, the answer is no. I don't see this. And I don't know why he would ever think that the asset itself would ever be a security just by the nature of it existing. If it's not in the definition of investment contract, then it's not. And there are things that are listed, like for instance, a stock by the nature of it existing is, but there's this list, I pulled it up a number of times on my channel over the last couple of years. If it's not listed in the actual definition, then it's not by the nature of it existing a security. It just isn't. It can be, part of a scheme that would be an illegal securities transaction, but not the asset itself. But then Charles Gasparino reposted the crypto law post and wrote the following: XRP is trading as if it is split, and there isn't a securities lawyer in the country who is holding what Judge Torres opined on this case as a model of sane securities law interpretation. Okay, and so it didn't respond to the question from the crypto law account asking who are these laughers? Who are these individuals that are laughing in this particular district? What is this? And then also didn't dispute the legal perspective in that post, because crypto law just said the baby was not split. Didn't dispute that either. He changed his comment saying, well, it's trading as though it's split. Well, what's that have to do with anything? The price action going up or down for XRP has nothing to do with its legal status. That doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And as far as how it's behaved, I mean, I just think it shows a pretty firm lack of understanding of what causes crypto markets to do what they do. Because, look, the asset class moves in tandem. So the fact that XRP spiked, almost basically doubling in price in a matter of several hours, and then began trending back downward in fairly quick order, that's not that surprising, because it's not as though there was some sort of influx in capital, into crypto markets, broadly speaking. There was a bit of excitement around it, and then it was short-lived, and okay, like we've seen stuff like this many times in the world of crypto. What was happening, bigger picture, what was happening with the asset class at the time? Well, Bitcoin was in a downward trend. The asset, like XRP, historically has always followed whatever Bitcoin is doing. So to state that XRP is trading as though there's some sort of split here is to deny the fact that XRP historically and provably, if you just look at some charts, it's following Bitcoin. And then what do you know? Bitcoin started going up, XRP started going up. That's how it always has been, right? And the only times that XRP has ever hit a new all-time high and gone into face melt mode is when we're in euphoria as a crypto market, which is led by Bitcoin. So no, I think it's very clear that XRP is unshackled now that has this legal clarity. We don't have to worry about another 2021 repeating where it won't hit a new all-time high. And nobody knows for sure, but that's my strong supposition. But clearly the way it's behaving right now, yeah, I mean, yeah, so you have 2.5 years of a damaged XRP price action that you can't just fix overnight, but it's doing what it should be doing behaviorally. It's not behaving as though there's uncertainty resulting from a clarity action. I mean, in fact, you want to talk about legal clarity here. How about the fact that once this decision came down, the attorneys at basically every exchange in the entirety of the United States decided it was so clear that XRP is not a security that inside of hours, it started getting relisted. Coinbase had XRP trading again that day. Coinbase, folks, they haven't historically exactly been that excited to have XRP, but they got XRP back on the platform almost immediately. So, no, I don't think that anybody out there is thinking that this was a bad decision from Judge Torres. And these are conservative individuals who delisted XRP out of extreme caution. And then this decision comes down, and they don't even bat an eye. They're like, yeah, exactly. That's because it's a good and sound decision. And so even if Ripple's actually wrong on the institutional side, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, and it doesn't impact anything that would matter to XRP holders because the asset itself is not a security. All right, now on to this Dogecoin, and this is hilarious. I got a kick out of this, so I thought I'd just wrap up the video by sharing this. It's a funny story. A physical Dogecoin could reach the moon in December. when XRP to the moon? When XRP moon? Anyway, physical Dogecoin token could reach Earth's moon in a space payload mission planned by Pittsburgh-based firm Astrobotic, Dogecoin developers said in an X post Thursday. Astrobotic plans to send a physical Dogecoin to the moon in the DHL Moonbox via ULA's Vulcan Centaur rocket on December 23, 2023, Dogecoin developers said, funded by our community in 2015. And so, folks, I hadn't heard anything about this. Not that I'm the biggest follower of all things Dogecoin. Like I said, I don't even own it. I never have. So I had to go to a few different pages just to verify that this is a real thing. And as far as I can tell, this is a true thing. This is a real news story so far, as I can tell. And if I got tricked because it does sound that absurd. It made me kind of go, huh? But apparently this is actually real, and it's being reported as an absolutely real thing that is planned to happen by all sorts of media outlets. So there we go. Maybe some of you have heard of this thing, but this is news to me. And I thought, surely this can't be real, right? But apparently it is. Piece continues. Astrobotic's Peregrine Mission 1, or PM1, is carrying 21 payloads, cargo, from governments, companies, universities, and NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative. The same mission is also scheduled to carry a physical Bitcoin token in an initiative planned by crypto exchange BitMEX, which was announced in May. It will also carry a copy of the Genesis block, the first block of Bitcoin to be mined, commissioned by Bitcoin Magazine. Yeah, and so the only thing that I hadn't seen is exactly what form this physical version is going to take for Doge, or even the Bitcoin for that matter. I mean, you can print, like, I have a physical XRP, which is just a mock-up of what, a coin that's XRP and it's metal. You can buy them on various websites. I'm sure a lot of you out there listening have that. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe, who knows, maybe there's even a QR code. So it has one Dogecoin exactly. But I tell you, at least we here in the world of crypto, and just broadly speaking, we do appreciate our laws, right? We do have a sense of humor here. Dogecoin on the moon. Because the whole thing's so damn stupid. I remember jumping into crypto in late 2017, and I saw a bunch of idiots just typing stuff like Win Moon and Win Lambo. And I thought it was so damn funny. That's why I have the stupid name that I have. I have the stupidest name in the entire XRP community. Moon Lambo. I just slapped those two bitches together. But that's why just to see, after all these years, because I've been in crypto 6 years now, to see that now Moon is actually going to happen for a coin, even if it's not my beloved XRP. Fine. I just think it's hilarious. We got to get an XRP up there. Like, we need to start a GoFundMe. That's probably what we need to do, right? We need to move to get XRP on the moon, right? I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, right? That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.